Hey, folks, get situated here. It's the Truth Serum. I hope today finds everybody healthy and in good spirits. The channel's doing good. Thank you for the support. Everything's full steam ahead. I really appreciate the people that come in here. You know the spiel. So jump in, get a coffee, get a soda, get a vodka, get a water. Come ride with the Truth Serum. I'll wait for you to get back. You back already? Okay. Mm. As you're well aware of, all right, get it together, Joe. Of course, I've been doing the videos about Angelo and got good response, got great reviews, and it's tough. I mean, for as rare as that is, if I was in the right algorithm, it's and it's and as popular as MobTube and all that is, if that was on a more popular channel, that would have done 1 million views in its sleep. So, but that's the nature of the game. Relatively speaking, it gets 500, 600, 1,000 views on my little channel that only has 1,000 subscribers. That's big as far as relatively speaking to numbers and the ratio. So I appreciate that. Hey, Joe Ruffino, my captain. So I got a lot of good positive comments, and I really didn't get any static from any Mike Francis fan or whatever. I just wanted to demonstrate the fallout from these rats that you see on YouTube. That's all. And this Angelo barely got money for his commissary. I try to compare and contrast. Poor Angelo, my cousin Victor was in the same prison with him, but my cousin passed away. My cousin Victor was down there with him because Angelo's been down there since 2002. He's on a 22-year stretch down there in Atlanta, and my cousin Victor took the rap on at least two other wise guys, and whether he wasn't going to rat, I mean, I don't believe he was going to rat, but nonetheless, the circumstances of the case was that the case looked like it could have been my cousin, but my cousin could have proved it completely wrong, and a couple of other wise guys would have gone away. But my cousin got compensated very generously from that family for doing 3-year, 5-year, whatever he did. And so, you know, some say it was $1 million because there was underboss, there was high ranking people that could have went down. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, if it's second account info, even from another cousin or uncle or whatever, it's still, unless you're visually looking at the paper or, so that's why I say a lot of information is suspect, of course. And so I think I did a video. Would you go to prison for 10 years for $1 million or 5 years for $1 million? Would you go do time like that? But that part of that Atlanta, they said, was almost like a country club. Some of these federal prisons are, whether they're Supermax or somehow, but I don't know if you got to pay the whatever, but they were playing handball and doing a lot of other different types of recreation. I don't know, but he was doing more or less easy time. He was doing easy time, come and go as he pleased and everything. And then you look at Angelo, he didn't rat, and he's got barely enough to keep the phone calls coming and all that. I wanted to stress that. just to update the people that are coming in here. And yeah, I get, hey, Tara, where you been? Good morning, Joe Ruffino, Heavenly Phil, Marta Fowler, Tara, all the way from Seattle, Washington. Kurt Cobain, here we are now. Entertain us. Please forgive me, I got to light up again. It's my second cigarette of the day. Are you proud of me? I'm going to quit this filthy habit. So, now, Angelo, man, he really opened up a little yesterday, but man, he kind of went off on me. You didn't know nothing. You didn't blah, 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 blah. Wow, Minky, I was going, everybody's gone and he's in prison. And I still was feeling the effects of that. He shook me. Nobody liked me. Well, I thought you liked me, Angelo. Gosh, me, what a mind freak. But I was still green, but I was still smart enough to know how to play the chess game a little bit. I can't toot my horn that much because they could have smashed me easily. So now that it's over, I could talk some smack, but they could have. Well, if it wasn't for my godfather, I would have probably come up missing. I'd have probably been up in the Niagara River. I'd ended up in the Niagara River getting a first-hand view of those falls. How many skeletons are on the bottom of that? I think they dried that up a million years ago. They dried that up, and there was all kinds of skeleton bones under there. I don't know. Legend has it. Everything on my channel is allegedly, and everything could just be a legend. Legends of the Fall. Legends of the Fall guys that are doing the rest of their natural life. So that's about it. Tara, how you been? Marta, Heavenly Phil. I like Heavenly Phil because I'm, you know how I do it sometimes here too, folks. I'm a spiritualist. I don't believe in organized religion, but I'm a spiritualist. Okay. I believe in the matrix and quantum physics and all the variables to create abundance into our lives. I got to start from scratch, McDam. I got to start from scratch. God, McDam, please forgive me. So, hey, we're having a nice ride, and I'm cleaning up, I'm tidying up, doing my domestic duties, and thank you, Tara. You know how I do it. I might look good. I might look good from here down, but you guys don't even know I'm in my boxers. No, I'm not. I just got regular shorts on. I don't know, the cap. He kind of went off on me yesterday, or was that? Yeah, he kind of went off, and he's not feeling good. He didn't sound good on the phone. And then he was hollering at me, and I don't want to get him all, freaking get a coronary live, and then they'd be like, oh, geez, yeah, that truth serum snuck him and had him on there and got him upset, and he passed out. And whoa, no, so let him get his rest. I don't know. I mean, I know this could be the time period. I try to run it parallel to a time because it could be lunchtime and this or that, but I think he needs to go to the infirmary and maybe get these guys old. The guy's old, the poor guy. But he went off on me, Yeah, he was in my car a lot. He was in my car, and I gave him psychotherapy a few times. And then how could he say nobody liked me? There's no love in the mafia. You think your buddies, we go gambling, we go eat, we do this. Yeah. And then nobody liked you. What the hell? We had fun, Ange. Check out the other videos. He's on there. He's doing he's going to be paroled in 2031, up for parole. He'll be 82. He's in bad health. He doesn't sound that good. So God forgive me. I hope he lives to 100, but he don't sound that good. The previous videos, if nobody's watched them, catch up. So in mob talk, social media, it's such a spectrum of all the different stories and who are your mob heroes and all that. But a lot of people hang their hats on whether people rat or not. But nonetheless, your mafia, your mob tube heroes are rats. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is for all the Mike fans and Sammy fans and who else is out there. And of course, there's the old timers say there's no excuse to rat, and that was before Rico came along. So is there a different level? Angelo didn't rat on anybody. He could have ratted on it a lot, and the people he didn't ratted on him. You see, and now he's gonna die in prison. God forgive me. I hope somehow he gets paroled or something and could figure something out. They have some kind of compassion law or something. What the hell? The guy's an old man. He's been in there 22 years. But he was old school. But can you imagine? You got to look at the government paperwork and then see the guys that testified against you, and then you just got 30 years or life. It's a tough game. It's a tough game. Yeah, we could all be armchair quarterbacks, but it's real people, real lives. It's not theater like Mike France's theater with all that. It ain't theater. Yeah. Hey, Davey, like we're kindergarten friends. Thank you, bro. So I don't know. I'll put it in the thumbnail if he's gonna get back, and I could schedule it accordingly, And then he texted me if shaken down. The guy got aggravated at me and mad, and then later on texted he wanted me to send him some money for the phone and commissary and all that. The guy's got the worst of it. That was it. Hey, to sit down with Jeff and they do. The guy is like an encyclopedia of information and everything. The guy's name is, you're into first names and last names and everything, but the guy's name is Angelo. I'm not into releasing, you're doing editorials. I'm not into releasing last names. Take it for whatever it is. I don't play that for MobTube or any of that. So, Angelo, Captain, Colombo family, there was like 15 of them historically. So it is what it is. So he ain't like when my cousin went in, he got compensated and it was easy time. That was very, very easy time for him to do. I don't know the levels of freedom. I don't know if officials get greased money or what, but he did easy time in Atlanta. He did very easy time. And he spared, maybe his name was Tony, to sit down. It don't matter what the name is, bro. All your historical content and everything else, you get your stuff from them rats. You get all your information and your editorials from rats, Jeff. Rats. I could tell you his name was Mickey Mouse, okay, bro? So it is what it is. We're on two different levels of mentality, Jeff. Forgive me. You do a great editorial. You're an encyclopedia of information. I could care whether I get 15 views or 1,000 views. I don't diminish the integrity of the guys that are dying in prison and the real life. You'll never feel that flavor, bro. So do your editorials, do whatever you want. You do a good stuff. It does. It does. You're piggybacking the mob, Jeff Nadu. You're piggybacking. Do your editorials. You can't just throw out talking to. Yes, I can throw out talking to a Colombo captain. Who are you? Who are you? This is what the sit down with Jeff Nadu says. It does matter. You LOL. You can't just throw out talking to a Colombo captain, but then you won't say who it is. That's all. But do your own thing. No kidding. Stay in your lane, bro. Stay in your lane. So I could give out first and last names because you could sit back there on your typewriter and Google it and everything else. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. I don't walk to the beat of your drum. You'll never be able. You do your editorial. Do your editorial. Stay in your lane. That's all. You're a great historian. You're a real good historian. That's all. No, I'm just saying because a lot of times some of you guys, you get cute when you're talking about these guys, and you do a great show. You do a great show, Jeff. But there's nobody to defend these guys. You know, there's nobody to defend them. All you piggyback are the rats. There's nobody. All these guys are rotting away. They're rotting away. So for editorial content and aha and all this and that, Angelo is rotting away, and his wife and children and grandkids and what do you think? That wouldn't you want to protect their anonymity? Not like all you mob tubers that just piggyback all that and have no scruples. Wouldn't you think about protecting their integrity? He's got a family with kids. Yeah. Why should you be on? You're not a gangster. Why should you be on? Jeff says, then why have him on? It makes no sense. Because I'm trying to show, if you even watch the things, come on, bro, you're slacking. I'm trying to show the flip side of the coin of all the mob tubers that you see. The big mob heroes are rats. Here's a guy that didn't rat. Can I put it more in simpler terms? Here's a guy that didn't rat. And there were guys, he could have ratted on many. And they ratted on him. So, you know, what more can I tell you? If you can navigate the English language, I can't put it in more simpler terms, bro. That's all. Stay in your editorial lane. And you know, you can let us know what Al Capone had for breakfast. You're real good at that. You're good at that. But these guys want to enhance their channel. I could care less about enlightening or enhancing your channel. I can't, you know. He says, then why have them on? Makes no sense. Really? According to you, it doesn't? Do you got the MobTube handbook at your side? Come on, man. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. I'm trying to be nice here, bro. I'm trying to be nice. That's all. Yeah. You want his first name and last name, his social security number, what he had for breakfast. And then there's other guys that are out and about, you know. You don't have to believe it. This is what the sit down with you. What about us? What sit down? What are you calling your show a sit down? What that's a oxymoron right there. The sit down with Jeff Nadu. Go do a sit down with Mike Francis. He does sit downs with the mailman. Okay. He says you're propping up somebody that's a Colombo captain, but won't say who it is. Yeah. And who cares? How can anyone believe that? Believe what you want, bro. Believe what you want. These people, these kids that jump into this genre, all they can get is the flavor of historical stuff and things. So they're not. They can never get the emotionality. They can never get the flavor. They can never get the reality of it. You can look up everybody from Timbuktu and do editorials on it, but you will never be a mobster. You'll never know about the families crying. You'll never know about the funerals. You'll never know about all that. So because I protect names on here, that's wrong of me. That's wrong of me. Because you want to know what they had for breakfast? Come on. Oh, let's don't talk about titles because you fluff thumbnails. You're a pro at fluffing up thumbnails. Come on, bro. Don't play that game. Come on, man. Good historian, but come on. Yeah. You know who you can absolutely can't trust? Rats. That's who Jeff Nadeau. Yeah. So go ahead. Go ahead. I'm trying to be nice to you, bro. I'm trying to be nice. You'll never be as good as RJ Roger because he don't step outside his lane. He don't step outside his lane. RJ Roger is the best. The best. RJ Roger is the best. He sits with a wise guy. You sit in your cubby hole and you give good editorials. Yes. Yes. A plus. A plus. But don't get into the other lanes and oh well, how can anybody believe if you don't? It's my business. That's my business. I don't need to change your diaper, bro. I don't need to change your diaper. You're Lucky Gene and them guys call out. Come on, they just piggyback for the. I mean, you're a hustler yourself. You're a hustler. What do you think? Come on, bro. Come on. The sit down. Yeah. You doing a sit down, bro? You're doing a sit down. Okay. Yeah. Now listen, Jeff. Now listen. Yeah. Yeah. So stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. I'm trying to be nice. Trying to be nice. Stay in your lane. That's all. It's the problem with some of these guys. They want they just they're like the sideline. They're on the sideline, and then they want they want to be the quarterback. Yeah, you got caught posting a title of some fake upstate New York gangster, and I'm asking you about it. Okay. uh, Joe Garcia commented on the video why the guy is so into the mob stuff. He said, no one asked me. He's a nerd. This is what Joe Garcia says about you. I commented on his video and why he is so into mob stuff. And he said, no one asked me. He's a nerd with no life and wishes he was a gangster. He does good research, but it is a bit of SI. Yeah. You can't manipulate these people, bro. This is a real community. This is a real community here, okay? So go do your sit down with Jeff Nadeau and get your wine out and everything else, Oh, thank you for watching, Jeff. Yeah, okay, bro. Okay. All right. He's a wannabe. He's a wannabe. He's a wannabe. Them guys that you interview, if you came sideways out of your mouth somewhere else, come on, man. They're armchair quarterbacks, and then they want to act like the quarterback. Come on, man. You do great content. You do good historical stuff. Yes. RJ Roger has more scruples and is more professional, and that's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for. Nobody needs your personal opinion about this or that, and then you get cute when you're talking to them guys. You wouldn't have lasted 30 seconds. Your show was piggybacked about a topic that you had no part of. You had no participation in the Mafia world. Like I said before, I could learn about aeronautics and how to be an astronaut and everything else, but I'll never be an astronaut. Okay. So that's all. You're claiming to be an expert on something that you weren't a part of. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you're claiming to be an expert with historical data. Yes. But it was something that you never participated in. Case closed. If anybody has any common sense of logic or intellect or any semblance of an IQ, that's an easy concept to believe in, That's all. So I guess that covers that. So we'll see. I think Angelo's not feeling that well. He sounded upset, and I don't know when he's going to call back, but he'll text me and let me know and everything. So um, it's hit or miss. Jeff Garcia says, Jeff, you can't get mad at people wondering where your credit is at. You're a guy that just talks about the mob stuff and pee your pants if you were talking in any real situations. Give me a break. He crosses the line sometimes. He crosses the line. Then he wants to jump in here and go, who's this? What's his name? Yeah. Well, I don't care about your show. I don't care about you advertise. I don't care. Go on your show and talk smack about the truth serum. I can use the views. Go on your show and talk smack about the truth serum. Please, Jeff. Yeah, please watch my videos. I'm not gonna educate you here, bro. It don't matter. I don't have to answer your questions. I don't need to answer your questions. You don't mean anything to me. You're just a roly-poly guy off the street that has historical knowledge on the mob. I don't care about your YouTube show. I don't care about your subscribers. I don't care about any of that. In the real world, you're just a guy that's piggybacking the mob stuff. God bless you. That's all. Joe Garcia says, hey, I told you, Jeff, you're not a good research. You got no good videos, but I just don't understand why a guy who's never been in a situation like that wants to talk about it. Yeah, it worked. I don't care if you got 10 million subscribers. You'll never be a gangster, bro. You could have 1 billion subscribers and 1 billion views. You're not talking to some Guido that has no knowledge or intellect. You come across the wrong guy here, bro. You come across the wrong guy here. I don't care if you got 1 million or whatever. It worked. Yeah, you know historical data. You studied the subject. Yes, but you'll never be a gangster. I could study Babe Ruth and Hank Aaron and Joe DiMaggio all I want, but I could never hit 1,000 hits. I could never hit 700 home runs. I could study them guys till I'm blue in the face, but I will never be a great athlete. All right? Just like you can study it all and whatever you want. You want to be cute, be cute. That's all. And I'm supposed to give you answers about and another thing, Jeff, you think that all your historical account and data is 100% correct? Just because you saw something here and you saw something there and you think that's the total history? Yeah. There's historians and like you, Jeff, there's historians out there that could search out historical accounts and historical facts. But once things go through the government and the feds and the judicial system, the information historians are getting could be compromised. You didn't learn that already? To sit down because you wouldn't want to say, well, some of this stuff we're not really sure about. So your facts that you research could also be compromised. Okay? That's all. Even your historical info that you spew on there could be compromised. They put a lot of different peoples in different places and with different ranks and different titles that might not have even had those responsibilities. You don't know that by now? You got 70,000 views, subscribe. You don't know that by now? You don't know that there's a lot of bait and switch. There's a lot of illusion and stuff that the wise guys were trying to do just so they didn't put a captain or another guy in a critical position. They could put associates and soldiers and call them captains, and an associate or a soldier could have more power than a captain. You didn't do that in your research, bro? You didn't do that in your research? So forget about looking up a name index of historical captains and all this and that. I wouldn't give his real name on here anyways. You didn't learn that by now on your channel? You're supposed to be an expert. You're supposed to be an expert. Just because you're trying to keep all historical stuff in a neat row, and if it's not this, then, oh, Lord, so there must be this. No, you should have learned that by now. They called Mike Francis a captain. You didn't learn anything by now, bro? God bless you. God bless you. Yeah. So, Jeff, so why put first time ever? That was the first time ever. Now you're questioning my thumbnails? It caught your attention. It must have worked. It must have worked. It caught your attention. Hey, God, I'm getting good at this. I learned from Mike and Sammy. I'm getting good at this. Yeah. Then when someone asks you, who the hell are you? You guys are all. Tara says, I need a cigarette. Jeff, we'll never be on the same page, bro. Okay. You do good research and everything else. But a lot of times when you're looking up historical facts, they are compromised. I know 1,000 different situations of that. Okay. I know a lot of different. I'm very knowledgeable about the feds. Okay. Very, very knowledgeable about the feds. All right. I never read it. I never cooperated, but I'm very knowledgeable. Okay. And everything could be manipulated. And even what the public knows, like they see, oh, here's the hierarchy of the Gambino. Here's the hierarchy. And historians look and they look at the hierarchy of rank in mob families. It might not be totally true. Okay. It might not be totally true. So even when there's historians going out and trying to collect that and doing a show, it still might not be true. Okay. Just not by the abstract facts that you're collecting. Makes sense? Does it make sense? If you can't understand that, there's nothing more I can say for you, bro. That's all. That's all. The sit down with Jeff Nadeau. You were never in a sit down. Come on. Why do you put that in the title? Why do you put that in the title? Why do you put that in the thumbnail? You're asking me why I put that in my why do you put your channel name a sit down? You were never in a sit down. You could only speak about a sit down. The sit down with yeah. I wasn't a made man, bro. I wasn't a made man. I wasn't a made man, so I don't exist in the roster. Okay, yeah, I was around them, but you were never around the gangsters, bro. You were never around a crew. They were changing your diapers when this stuff was going on. You see what this guy really, yeah. The sit down. The only sit down you had was with the principal or something at your school when you were getting silly like you are here. Come on, bro. Smarten up. If this guy can get 100,000 subscribers, I could get 10 million. Oh, wow. But I invite commentary, and he's got a right to do that. You know, I'm not trying to be total whatever. You're doing a show that's got the sit down in its title. You never were in a sit down. You're already dealing with dirty hands. You're already dealing with dirty hands. The sit down with you. Yeah. Okay, let's have a sit down. Let's watch it. Yeah. Your channel name is that. Your channel name. You're never in a sit down. Why would you say that? You're asking me why I say this? Why would you say that? Because you're a Mama Luke. What you're just as much as the mailman. Not well, I don't mean to disgrace mailman, but who are you? You're a guy that does an editorial like a Mama Luke. You never were a gangster. Come on, bro. Get out of my chat. Your channel name is a fraud. You were never in a sit down. Come on. You asked me a fair question, but it's meaningless. I tried to elaborate on it, but you don't have that much common knowledge. You don't have that. I gave you the answer. You didn't want to accept it. Come on, man. He believes, he goes back and does his research, and he's back there going, I gotta find this Angelo. I gotta find this Angelo. You're silly. You're silly. And if I don't say families and first and last names, then it's my credibility. Really? Oh, okay. Whatever, Billy. Whatever. Change your channel name. You were never in a sit down. I saw sit downs, bro. Okay? Yeah. That's all. You were never in a sit down, bro. You were never in a sit down. Why you got that in your channel name? Why you got that in your channel name, bro? You were never in a sit down. You were never in a sit down. Come on, man. Now he's reduced himself to a troller. The Jeff Nadeau has turned into a troller, folks. You gotta love it. You get it all here. You can't be a gangster, bro. I admit I wasn't a made man, but I was around all that. I had other family members that were in. But I don't need to give clowns like you their first and last names, okay, bro? I don't need it. I don't need to. You could sit back over there and do whatever you do. It don't matter. You're a clown. A sit down. Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's what you get. That's what you get. Hey, James McCarthy says, go have a sit down with Mr. Portnoy. And by the way, John Alight did a funny skit on Jeff. Come on, Jeff. What's your point? Oh, yeah, John Alight did a funny skit on, yeah, the guy's a clown. He tries to act gangster, but he's deep side. He can never be a gangster. He's so immersed in this life, and he goes to bed at night thinking, I wish I was the captain of this family and all that. You'll never be a gangster. You'll never be a gangster. You could do research on stuff, but you can never be it. You only can offer limited stuff, bro, on stuff that you think is such factual stuff. That's all there is to it. You can't put it in simpler terms. So this guy went back and looked up all the captains of the Colombo family named Angelo. You haven't learned more than that since you've been doing your show? Wow. He just prays these other guys respond so they could check out his channel. He just prays Sammy the Bull Gravano responds. He does his little cute bait. He's trying to bait and give stuff out there, then act like a gangster and get some of these big channels to respond and reply so his views and subscribers. He's a hack. He's a straight up hack. Come on, man. I couldn't put things in more simpler terms. And then, oh God, he's from upstate. He's from here or there. Really? Because to sit down with Jeff Nadeau, that never been back in the roaring days of the mob, back in the apex of the mob. Come on. Good to see you, James McCarthy. So that's MobTube, folks. That's MobTube. Gotta love it. I really don't have anything personal about the guy, but the guy wants to try to call me out on this or that. He's just like some roly-poly dude walking down the street. He don't mean anything to me. He's a guy that just piggybacked mob talk that was never around anybody in his life. He's just a limited doing editorials. That's all. He's just limited. And the information that he gathers that he thinks are facts could all be compromised. Isn't that safe to say that how all the government information and things from all historical stuff can be manipulated? He hasn't learned that by now. A guy that's been rocking and rolling and claiming to be an expert on all this, he ain't even learned that by now. Information can be manipulated. So when you're back there looking for the captains and everything, it don't matter who the hell name. His name could be Mickey Mouse. I'm not going to say the guy's first and last name on here. Is that such a far concept? I mean, don't start making yourself look like a Mama Luke, because the same thing will happen. Like Mike Francis, people are just onto all that. Stay in your lane, bro. Stay in your lane. You're not entertaining. You speak like a robot. Come on. Come on, bro. Get it together. Mm. Ugh. McDam, we don't need to change Jeff's diaper. He wants to come in here. Well, I'm done changing diapers. These are roly-poly guys that jump in. They were never around anybody in the life. And then, he's like, oh, what about this? Oh, he sounds like this. And, oh, there ain't no guy. And what, really? Why? Because you said so? Leave well enough alone, bro. Jeff, if you listen to the old shows, Joe tells his mob stories and things he did in the area. I mean, why do we ain't got to change his diaper anymore. I mean, come on. Yes, the guy's an encyclopedia and very knowledgeable on stuff and everything else. Yeah. Yeah. But he's writing a narrative of whatever he does, and he has a right to do it. But in the same breath, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. You got the sit down with Jeff Nadeau. What sit down? You're trying to be cute on that. You will never be near a sit down. So you wish and probably go to bed and dream that you were a gangster and you were in a real sit down, but you never will be. I dream about hitting 800 home runs. I could never do it. I dream about catching the touchdown pass in the Super Bowl, but I'll never be that person. You'll never be in the mob, bro. You never were around real people doing real things in real time. That's all. And McDam, he's searching all the mob guys with the name Angelo. He's over there like this. Shh. Oh gosh, no. Tony, Sam, Gino, Giancarlo, Dino. Geez, there's no Angelos. Oh gosh. Geez, there's no. What family? What's this? Oh God. Everybody does their thing. Let them go. Let them go. For the record, I'm a non-smoker all my life for historical accuracy. So, very interesting show we did here today. I don't know when Ange is going to come back in. He's in bad health. I don't really know. He texted me. He didn't sound good on the when we talked before. Mike Momiro, there's a way to ask someone something. Why come in here and act like this? I thought you were better than that, Jeff. See, at the end of the day, they all show their ass. At the end of the day. Yeah. At the end of the day. Like, I gotta ask him questions, and he's questioning things that I'm saying. Who is he? Who is he? I don't want to partner up with him to get views. This is the truth show. I do this to the beat of my own drum. That's all. I've been saying I was never a made man, but I was involved more with more wise guys. My godfather was an enforcer. I mean, do your research like you do, bro. Do your research. I was around real players, okay? Bingo, Michael. Yeah, he thought he was cute because he wants to be a gangster. He wants to be a gangster. Just like an armchair quarterback bothering other people from his computer. Yeah. So now he wants to come and try to discredit. He shamed himself. Look at the title of his channel, The Sit Down. He dreams about being in a sit down. He could only dream. That's Exhibit A, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. His channel name, Hacking MobTube, never was a gangster, and he puts the sit down in his thumbnail. I mean, in his channel name. Really? Really? See, he thinks he's cute on that. Guy was never around anybody. And then now he's questioning who I was around or whatnot. Really? Yeah. I thought he was better in psychology than that. I thought he was a little better in psychology than that. Funny, man. Funny. But it's just case in point that you got historians out there and stuff that, can look up everything and that, but stay in your lane. You could never carry RJ Rogers' shoes, Jeff. Never, never. Just for what you tried to do today, you could never be 10% of RJ Roger, a real dude with real personality and very entertaining. I don't know how people could sit through your live streams without falling asleep. Yeah, I never said anything bad about him. I said that he gets to act like a Mama Luke because he's been trying to act gangster. James McCarthy. He's been trying to act gangster because he could never be a gangster, and the channel name says the sit down. You see how he fantasizes about it. He's fantasizing about it. The sit down. You're never in a sit down. And then he tries to get cute with some of the guests that come on there, which would never happen in real life if they were in the streets. I deal with enough people that got common sense, intelligence, and half an IQ. Okay, that's all. Yeah, he's the beat in the business. He's a historian, but history can be manipulated, especially when it comes to the mafia. This guy hasn't learned that by now. Oh, what was his first name and last name? Oh, really? Everybody you deal with, Jeff, has got immunity. You haven't learned that by now? The sit down with the Jeff Nadeau? Everybody you deal with has immunity. You didn't come to that realization? And I was never a made man. Okay? Holy cow. Another guy you got to change their diaper. I'm running out of diapers, folks. Wow. And you're talking to the people that rat it. My guy didn't rat, Jeff Nadeau. Angelo didn't rat. You're talking to the guys on your show that rat it, bro. Okay? That's what the reality is. You can't do a sit down with a rat. Come on, man. Smoke the peace pipe. So very interesting. Very, very interesting. He's the expert on everything. Yeah. Yeah. The only worries he's ever had is whether his parlay is going to hit on his sports game. He never been with the real emotionality and being around guys. You don't know if you're going to get smashed or not. No. He could read about it, but you can never be that. You're never around it. How more simpler terms? The sit down. Yeah, okay. Let's have a sit down. Yeah. Let's have a sit down with the old Barstool guy. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Everything that is supposed to be on MobTube is supposed to line up historically to this guy. And if he can't get that information, then it's not credible. Really? Newsflash, the Mafia was supposed to be a secret fraternity, okay? Supposed to be a secret fraternity. Some people still maintain respect and dignity when talking about these people that were real people in real lives, people that got hit, people that went to prison for life, families that are crying. Some people still do demonstrate integrity, and clowns like you, I don't have to give their first and last names to, okay? Because it's not theater, bro. It's not armchair quarterback. It's real life, real heart-wrenching devastation that was done to people, okay? Did you learn that when you were doing your channel? So, thank you, Tara. I met Mystical Tribe Dan, Mystic Dan, Kentucky Derby. Oh, all right. That was a tight finish at the Kentucky Derby. So, Arian, good to have you in here. Tribe of Dan. Mystical Dan. All right, I get it now. Yeah. I don't care what these guys' numbers have and all that. Guy's a straight up Mama Luke. Can never be a gangster. Yeah. I put it in the most simplest terms that I could possibly put it in. Buy stocks. I put it in the most simplest terms. And if they don't align or correlate with armchair quarterbacks, then there's a problem. Because he could care less about the families of these people that he's talking about. He could care less about the devastation that was done. So, and on top of it, then, oh, let me give out all these people's first and last names that their children are running around and their family members are all still running around today. They're still running around. Yeah, let me put them on Front Street and give all these first and last names out. No, I got a little bit more respect and dignity than that, bro. Okay? All right. John A. comments and tells me, yeah, McDam. Yeah. John A. Yeah. He comes in. I mean, he does it on the comment on the homepage thing. So, yeah. Hey, Big J Biz. Good to see everybody. Jeff is going to get you more views and subscribers. No bad publicity. I hope he goes on his show and bashes me. I hope he bashes me. Yes, bye. Using a burner phone. Let's put his name out. Yeah. Yeah. So they could run and give the guy solitary confinement? Jeff, what's his first? So they could run and put the guy in the hole at 75 years old, Jeff? Because you're trying to downplay something? Yeah, okay, bro. Stay in your armchair. Sammy went off on Jeff because Jeff tries to get cute. And Sammy knows as well as everybody else, he's trying to get cute. He's lucky he got him on there, but he tries to be cute. He tries to be cute when he was never around that. I mean, you could call people rats and everything else, but you weren't around that emotional, that distress and emotionality and all that. You can't imagine it even. You have to either felt it or not. You can't imagine that. I was running around with ulcers half the time. You get these clowns. Oh, what about that? What? Yeah, here's his first and last name so he could be in solitary confinement till Labor Day. Yeah, okay, bro. Yeah, all right. Mm-hmm. That's how much this guy is just into historical information and will never know about the real mentality and psychology of the mob. Case in point, you could just get questionable historical accounts and data, but you will still never know the psychology of it. That's all there is to it. Heavenly Phil says Jeff is scratching his head wondering what just happened. Well, I don't even know if the guy could even come to a enlightenment and a realization of what just happened, because maybe he's just stubborn and he'll just stay cold-heartedly to whatever is going on in his mind. I don't know. Julian Zimmerman, the Angelo stream yesterday was amazing, man. Very good content. Thank you, Julian Zimmerman. Good to have you back, bro. Good to have you back. So, yeah, what else we got? Yeah. I try to peel the layers back and show some of the things that the gangsters went through, I went through, their families went through. It's so removed from historians. RJ Roger knows that, and he stays perfect professional. He's a perfect professional, and he's likable, and he's entertaining, good-looking guy. Good. And I don't want to really get insulted or everything, but we'll just leave it at that with this other guy, you know. Baby A, Joe's making real good content while the others are bickering like schoolgirls. Joe Garcia, it's funny people comment on his stuff and he starts crying like a little girl, and now he's over there fact-checking Joe for no reason. Yeah, go right ahead. Go right ahead. They get nuts. They get nuts like that. Yeah. Yeah. Pimperson, good point, Jojo. The stress of the lifestyle is consuming someone captured in Breaking Bad. Yeah. He can never be a gangster, number one, and you can't feel what the gangsters were feeling. So go do all your research on questionable historical data and give it to your subscribers. That's cool. That's cool. That's all. That's cool. That's your niche. That's your niche. That's all. Crazy, man. Crazy. Jojo the stress. I watched it years ago. I watched that years ago, but yeah. Julian's back. Julian's back. So very good show. Very good show. Very good show. A real big show tonight. A real big show. Who else we got in here? I don't like to miss anybody in here. I don't like to miss anybody. Yeah. My ratio of likes to views, even though I got small numbers, my ratio from like to views is better than all the channels. Because I'm likable and I'm funny and I'm smart and I'm entertaining. And nobody could get a curveball by me. No. Stay in your lane, Billy and Sally. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. That's all. So what else we got in there? Joe is making real good content while the others are bickering like schoolgirls. Can you imagine the guy that's been around like that, and then he wants to know first and last names? This ain't characters on a movie screen. These are people with real families, bro. How could you not reach that realization and enlightenment in your mind? It's common sense. It ain't just theater like you're watching a movie. You've watched so many documentaries and movies that you just think it's just the way it is. No. I try to demonstrate love and compassion and everything, but sometimes you just get, guy try to come in and ambush. Oh, you done research? What are you down there like looking up all this stuff, whatever? Jeez. You can't even think like a gangster. Come on. You could watch all the movies and documentaries, but you can't. It's hard for anybody to put themselves in the shoes of and the psychology of that life. You could do all the research, Yes, buy stocks, got a little dose of the truth serum. That's all. I'm getting sick of changing diapers. Hey, Eric Raitan, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, them guys see everything like a movie, and then they want all the names of the characters. They want to know their name, rank, and serial number. It's all a movie to them guys that are piggybacking the mob world that were never in it. They want to cast the characters. They want it all, They want it all to follow their narrative. Right. They don't know. I wasn't a made man, but I'm telling you one thing. I was in jeopardy. I was in jeopardy while you were over there getting whatever the guy was doing. They could talk about that life all they want. They could fantasize about being a mobster or a gangster, but they can't be. They can't be. And then they try to force their views on something they don't know anything about that life. They try to bully their way into something that they were never involved in. The guy's been doing it so long, he never reached that type of psychology or thinking or common sense. Any Joe Blow would know that. I mean, Very simple stuff here. It's very easy for a fourth grader to follow. Very easy, you know. Uh, Chris, that's funny. I knew people like JoJo, and that's as close as I wanted to get. Yeah. Hey, my brats. Jeff Nadeau just come on in here. He wanted to know Angelo's name, rank, and serial number. And then he's saying, oh, well, the guy's this, the guy's that. To sit down with Jeff Nadeau just come in and showed his ass. Because he just wants historical stuff with all the first names, last names, and all this and that. And if it doesn't run parallel to whatever he's spewing, then, it sounds fishy. It sounds fishy. Really? I hear you, my brats one. Yeah. They fantasize about it. It's in the thumbnail, the sit down. They fantasize about it. They fantasize about it. You can do all the research and education and everything you want and give your commentary and narratives about it, but you will never be in that life. Yeah, Jeff was in here. He showed his behind. What's Angelo's first and last name? There wasn't an Angelo captain in the Colombo family and all that. Wow. That's as bad as Mike Francis's people not telling them. I think that'd be a bad idea, going to do an interview with the son of Sam. That's as bad. That's as bad. Yeah. Good. If he blocked you, that's a good thing. If he blocked you. That's as bad of a mistake that he exposed himself like to be a wannabe. He's a wannabe. I'm a wannabe NFL quarterback. I'm a wannabe astronaut. I'm a wannabe space engineer. And I could study up on all of it, but I could never be that. I could be an expert on all those subjects, but I can never be that. I can go to bed at night and dream about sailing through the solar system, in a spacecraft, and but I can never be that. You got these experts out there that are getting compromised information. Yes, some of it is true historical facts, but a lot of it isn't. So this guy ain't been around long enough to realize that. While he's back there Googling everything under the sun, because I won't tell him first and last names of the actual people. I never ratted. I never was a made man, and I wouldn't do it for any amount of money. That's all. That's all. I don't know how these guys. That's MobTube, folks. That's MobTube, folks. Yeah. There's a guy that a gangster wouldn't even like to go have a drink with. Come on, let's go ahead. There's a guy that a real gangster wouldn't even want in his peripheral, these kind of cats running around. Professionals want to be with professionals. Fantasizers and amateurs stay away, That's all. He gives historical data. He doesn't tell stories like a good storyteller. I hope he bashes me. I hope he bashes me. Oh, well, it don't matter anyways. The guy just, whatever. That's all. Everybody he talks to rat it, and they all have immunity. Geez, well, is that hard to wrap your head around? Then he wants me to give up people's first and last names in prison. So the guy's trying to talk to me. What are they going to do? Put the old man in the hole? Because then there are people that can really do the research and try to knock the guy out and pinpoint him and go, come on, pal, you're going in the hole. And then they're going to search him. They're going to search his cell and everything else. Yeah, that's what Jeff wants. That's what Jeff wants. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, that's really honorable, bro. Yeah, that's really honorable. And then you could sit back there and look at it and judge it the way you wanna and question things. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So come on. Yeah. Yeah, he was up further up in there. Oh, this guy, Angelo, what's his first name? What family? What's this? What do you have for breakfast? All this and that. I could give you guys the general story, which I try to do, without the first and last names, which I've been doing. Because I have a little integrity. Rats have immunity. They have been caught lying on the stand all the time. The 302s could be manipulated. Documentaries could have questionable things. All these sources of so-called information are questionable. Isn't that just easy enough to understand? I mean, pertaining to that life where there's so much chess playing going on between the government and the wise guys, isn't that just easy to understand? And how much information has been manipulated so people that call themselves experts on stuff could only get a certain amount of information because they don't want to jeopardize the other innocent people that could be closer to them families of being a lot of ill things that could happen, you know? So very easy stuff to wrap your head around. Very, very, very easy stuff. I mean, that's why if you're going to just be a so-called historian, then just be a historian. That's all. You can't venture off into deeper waters. Stay in the shallow end. You can't venture off into the deeper waters. You know, that's all there is to it. It's very plain and simple. It's all theater and Hollywood and documentaries, and we'll just stay in that lane. You do a good job at that without too much personality or anything like that. So, all right, Mr. Garcia. Yeah, stay great, stay blessed, and be the king like you are. So, thank you, Mr. Brossman and Stephanie and Chris. Buy stocks. Julian Zimmerman. Yeah. Check it out. Check it out. You want to go back? You want to go back? You want to go back and see? Kind of immature of me to even entertain a clown like that. I'll admit, kind of immature. But if he wants to play marbles, we could play marbles. Yeah. He said, I asked you a very good question and you flipped out. I asked a fair point. Okay, let's see what he said before that. Another guy who was around them. I'm another guy who was around them because he wasn't around anybody, then nobody else could be around anybody. Typical 6-year-old mentality. Yeah. What family were you in? I wasn't in a family. It was the Colombo family that I was around, and my godfather was an enforcer for them. You want to know his name, first and last name, too? You want to know his first and last name, too? Okay? These people are dead, bro. They're dead. So why'd you put first time ever? Colombo Mafia captain called me, but then when somebody asks you, won't say who it is. There you go. He wants to know the guy that's doing so the guy could go to the hole. This is what Jeff's, yeah. So why did you put first time ever? Well, it's a thumbnail, bro. I'm trying to get smart with the thumbnails, okay? But everything that was in there was directly related to it, okay? Directly related to it. You got to change diapers? Yeah. What mom family were you in? I'll wait for your answer. It's third grade, bro. Straight up third grade. Once again, what mob family were you in? I wasn't a made guy, bro. I wasn't a made guy. You got you got caught posting a title of some fake apes upstate gangster, and I'm asking, yeah, okay. Correct. This is YouTube. The goal is views. Not hard to understand. If you could get 80,000 subscribers, I could get 1 million. So why not just say your friend from jail is calling in? Because I want views, bro. And he was a captain. What else do you want from me? You're not a gangster. You weren't around him. So why not just say your friend from jail is calling in? Okay, Jeff, let me put my thumbnail. My friend from jail is calling in. Please view me. You put it in your title. Now, the next one I'll do is my friend from jail calling in. My friend from jail is calling in because the sit down with Jeff Nadeau told me to. He said you're propping up someone that's a Colombo captain, but won't say who it is. What's this Jeff Nadeau with the FBI? How can anyone believe that? How can you not understand that? That's the question. You're talking about how can anybody believe that? How don't you understand that? Because you're just a historian and you can't understand these other simple concepts about the mob life. You're so far removed from it. I don't care if you know the historical stuff on whatever. Then why have them on? Makes no sense. Why? Because you can't get them on? You can't get the guys on? All your guys were rats. Whoever you got on your channel is more or less a rat with immunity. I do something different. I put a guy on that's going to rot in prison because he didn't rat. Very simple fourth grade stuff. Yeah. It does matter. Really, it does matter. LOL. It does matter. LOL. You can't just throw out talking to a Colombo. Why not? I can't just throw it out. Why? Why not? Why not? Really? Because you said so? Because you had to sit down with who? Yeah. But then you won't say who it is. You see? Please, who was it? Who is it? Who is it? So you could try to piggyback content. You could try to piggyback content. Yeah. Then he says, this is another. Never heard of an Angelo that was a captain in this Colombo family. Really? So I don't even need to say any more on that because if Jeff Nadeau said there was never an Angelo in the Colombo family as a captain, then we're going to have to believe Jeff, okay? Jeff says there was never a captain named Angelo in the Colombo family. So let's believe that. Let's believe that. There might have been 6. Never heard of an Angelo that was a captain in the Colombo family. So who was the individual that called in? Did you watch the video? I did 2 or 3 of them. There you have it, folks. Wow, man. The guy's so wrapped up. So wrapped up. Yeah. Hey, to Tony, how you been? That's funny. He tried to get you to dry snitch his full name and that. Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't understand. He did 8 million shows. He doesn't even understand that. Yeah. He'd like to see the old man in the hole. He'd be the first one calling the penitentiary going, yeah, there's a guy with a phone. He'd be the first one. He'd be the first one. What's it mean? What's it to him for the guy's last name? My viewers like content and stories and interesting things. Well, who cares if this guy wants to, for whatever reasons, Who's he worked for? Holy cow. Yeah. He didn't think that one out. He didn't think that one because he can't think like a gangster. You see what I mean? Case in point, he can't think about a gangster. Everybody knows the answer of why I don't give his first and last name. I give the first name, which is suspect. He might be Googling an Angelo, which there was anyways, but it might not even be an Angelo. Come on. I mean, he can't even formulate that enlightenment or common sense. So, yeah. Joe Garcia says, Joe, the bottom line is a guy like that gets off on talking to guys who were in that life, and he doesn't have the balls to ever do anything and never will. Yeah. 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 So check the video out. I'm not going to explain it, Joel. Check the video out. Jeff Nadeau come in with his bull crap, and I changed his diaper. Check it out. I'm not changing your diaper either, bro, because you could be part of Jeff Nadeau. What's the story coming in late? Oh, Angelo, not real, really? Well, why would you don't play games over here, bro? If you didn't know, why would you say Angelo not real? Don't play games over here. Don't play games over here. Arian, rats assume everyone is a rat. Remember the scripture? To the impure, nothing pure. Yeah. So you get it all. You get it all, folks. Very interested in psychology. Forget about MobTube and everything else. I like to look at things and dig a little deeper. But look at the psychology of some of these guys. Look at the psychology. Okay, we could say this, you're no good, you did this, you no good, you no good. Look at the psychology. The psychology is the thing that's even more fascinating to me. It's more fascinating that people are spew and they don't even realize, like, for different motives, you know. Oh, all right. Sorry, Joel Gold. But yeah, he come in, Oh, Angelo. He wants Angelo's name, rank, serial number, and if I don't give it, then it's all bull. Like, really? That's the sit down. Go have a sit down with a guy that wasn't in the life. A sit down. And he gets off on talking to these gangsters and goes to sleep and fantasizes about them. And he wishes he was a boss and a captain and everything else. Go watch R.J. Roger and learn how to be a good historian. Look at that good-looking kid that's likable and informative and real. R.J. Roger. R.J. Roger. That's all. You might learn something. But, man, you got to keep changing diapers with these people. Yep. His haircut is, well. Oh, I don't mean to be immature, but holy cow. Yeah. RJ and Jeff are friends. I know you're in both of those chats, Chris. And, yeah. Jeff couldn't shine R.J. Rogers' shoes. And R.J. Rogers does a show with a gangster. So we're almost at an hour and 20 minutes. R.J. is a class act. Yeah, R.J. is a class act. So, well, that's that, folks. God bless you all. Be the kings and queens of your world. Don't ever give up. Hang in there, and thank you for your support. Rise up together in your thinking and reach your goals and aspirations. This is a soap opera, and thank you for the great show.